Welcome to Let's Do Yoga with Joanne, and I'm Joanne. I'm so glad you could join me today. Our routine is going to focus primarily on the hips, including, with the hips comes the lower back. There'll be some work there too. But as always, we'll cover the whole body, head to toe, because it all needs to be stretched and worked. So a reminder, if I'm ever doing a pose and you're looking at it and saying, yeah, Joanna, I'm not going there, then don't do it. If you know that it's something that's going to cause pain or it's the wrong kind of pose for you and whatever chronic pain that you have, then just wait until we get to the next pose or try and modify it so that you can do bits of it. But don't worry about it if you're not able to do it. We all have stuff that we cannot do, including me. So let's begin with stuttered breath. I'm sure I've said this to you often enough. Seniors breathe very shallow, and so we tend to get those respiratory illnesses. So I like to start with a breathing exercise that really uses your lungs. If you start to feel lightheaded, then just stop and join us when you can. All right, so stuttered breathing means we breathe in and hold, breathe in and hold, breathe in and hold. And then when we exhale, it's just one exhale. We don't hold on the way out. Well, sometimes I do that, but we're not doing that today. So I have to close my eyes so I can focus. And inhale, hold, inhale, hold, inhale, hold just for a second, and then exhale all the way. We're going to go for 4 stutters this time. Inhale, hold, inhale, hold, inhale, hold, and exhale fully. Okay, bring those shoulder blades a little bit back and down. If you can do that by moving your elbows a little back and down. Make sure there's lots of room in the front of your body. Your shoulders are over your hips because we are going to go for 5 stutters, and that is going to fill your lungs. Your lungs need space to do that. And inhale, hold, inhale, hold, inhale, hold, inhale, hold. One more. Inhale, hold, hold, exhale. Well done. I could feel that for sure. So left ear towards left shoulder, and remember it always looks backwards. I say left, and what you're seeing is it looks more like right, but that's just the camera work. So you can either follow as you see, or you can use my words. It depends if you're a visual or audio person. So my left ear is towards my left shoulder. My right arm is straight out at shoulder height. And I'm just going to inhale, trying to fill my belly. And exhale. I'm going to take that right arm now and bring it down to 45 degrees, and I can start to feel a tendon working there on the right hand side. Inhale and exhale. Point those fingers all the way down. Inhale and exhale. Take that right hand to bring it all the way around behind you to your left hip or the back of the chair or wherever it gets to. Feel the stretch happening, and inhale and exhale. And release yourself from that position. Maybe you got to do a little bit of shoulder movement, maybe not. Now I'm going to lay my right ear onto my right shoulder, and I want to repeat that on the left-hand side. So my left arm comes out at shoulder height. Inhale. Exhale. Bring that arm down to 45 degrees and inhale. Exhale. Point those fingers straight down and inhale. Exhale. Bring that left hand behind and around to the right hip or just to the back of the chair, whatever works. Inhale and exhale. Now I'm going to bring my head up and just do some shoulder rolls to the back. Bring your hands up to your shoulders and try and get your elbows to shoulder height. So if you have arthritis, you might look more like this. But if you can, go ahead and try and get those elbows to shoulder height. I know if you have arthritis that it hurts, but basically arthritis just hurts no matter what you do. I only want the circles to go towards the back, not forward, and I'm going to circle my elbows in a small circle towards the back. I'm going to do about 3. And then I'll make it medium size, about 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, I want to take this now to the large size, so it looks like this. And 1, 2, and 3, but we're not done. Now we're going to go extra large. So that means when you come forward, the elbows touch or get close to touching. Then the elbows point straight up or as close as you can. Bring them around behind so that you feel your shoulder blades kissing or not. And then bring those elbows straight up. Okay, and then let's do that 2 more times. So touch the elbows, point them to the sky, bring them back and kiss the shoulder blades. Bring the elbows straight down. 1 more time. Kiss the elbows together in front. Point them up. Shoulder blades kiss together and bring those elbows down. Go ahead and release those hands from on top of the shoulders. So we are going to do a seated sun salutation, and you will see me looking to the side because for the life of me, I cannot always remember the moves. So we're going to do the seated sun salutation 3 times. It's basically a full joint workout. Pretty much everything will be moving, okay? Just so you know, if you need to protect something, you go right ahead. All right, I want to start with my hands in prayer position with the elbows and the wrists so that my arms are parallel to the floor. So try and check that out. Like try not, if you can, you don't want too much of an angle. I know that, you know, if your elbows or your wrists aren't working properly, that will happen. But what you're working towards is to try and get those forearms parallel with the floor. Okay, that's where we begin. On our inhale, we want to reach up to the sky and even look up if that's in your practice. Careful of that lower back. On the exhale, I'm just going to lean straight forward and drop my arms down towards the floor. Yes, that does lower your head below your heart, but we're not staying there. Grab your right shin, lift that knee up as you come up and look up on your inhale. For your exhale, round your back, tuck your tailbone. That feels really good on the lower back. Tap your forehead to your knee. And then on the inhale, you're going to lift those arms all the way up and drop that foot down. On the exhale, you're going to lean forward and grab the left shin. Inhale, lift that left shin up, look up. Exhale, tap the forehead to the knee. Inhale, look all the way up. Exhale, come forward. This would be called forward fold, all the way over. Inhale, come into prayer. Right? That was once through. Only 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, lift the left knee up and look up. Exhale, round the back, tuck the tailbone. Your forehead touches your right knee. Inhale, looking up. Drop that knee, bring the arms up. Exhale, come all the way down. Get that left shin in your hands, and on the inhale, you lift that left knee up and look up. On the exhale, you round the back and tuck the tailbone, tap the forehead to the knee. Inhale, you're going to drop that foot down, lift the arms up. On the exhale, you'll lean fully forward, really let your back stretch out, and then on the inhale, come into that prayer mode. 1 more time. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right knee up and look up. Exhale, round the back, tap the forehead to the knee. Inhale, look up, drop that right foot. Exhale, come all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, grab that left leg, look up. Exhale, round the back, tap the forehead to the knee. Inhale, arms all the way up for tall mountain and drop that foot down. Exhale, come all the way down into forward fold. Really stretch out the back. So let's stay here just for a second. You don't want to stay too long. And then inhale and come on up to prayer hands. So well done if you stayed with me through all of that. Let's do our standing portion. And again, it's actually chair assisted yoga as opposed to chair yoga, because we use the chair as a prop when we're doing our standing flow, because we are not always seated. All right, so I want to bring my hands to my chair. I'm going to come just into that ordinary tabletop first. So let's get that. My wrists are directly under my shoulders. My ankles are directly under my hips. And I'm going to inhale and exhale. Okay, we're coming into fire hydrant. Absolutely nobody's favorite. Inhale, lift that left leg straight out behind you. Exhale, bend that knee and bring it alongside. Inhale while it's here, so you got to hold it. You're going to exhale and bring that foot down in the front. And so that's my left foot down in front. My right foot is going to come behind. I want to come into a low lunge. So I'm here, my chair is supporting me. If you are all alone, stay in your comfort zone. But if there's someone there, go ahead and just wiggle that back foot back another inch. Just so that you're just slightly pushing that comfort zone, but you're not in danger. And inhale. Exhale. Okay, my right hand stays down. My left hand is going to come out into a revolved easy twist. So it looks like this. And inhale that left arm up. Exhale and bring it back to shoulder height. Inhale, bring that arm up. Please make sure that you lower it. Exhale, make sure you lower here to shoulder height. If you have high blood pressure, you cannot leave that hand up there. So inhale and exhale. Okay, both hands come down to the chair. You're going to pop that back foot in a bit because we're grabbing warrior one. So that back foot comes in just a smidge. Your feet are on a railroad track, so they're nice and wide apart. My back foot is at 45 degrees and I want to come into warrior one like this. My inhale, the arms come up. On the exhale, they're forward. Inhale up and exhale forward. Inhale up and exhale forward. Now, we're coming into triangle, so I want to straighten that front knee and bring this hip back so it kind of looks like this. And you'll find when you bring that left hip back and straighten that knee, it makes your right hand want to come down. So if this is where you need to be, you stop here. If you can bring your hand to the chair, you bring it to the chair. And then once more, that arm comes up and inhale. On the exhale, you're at shoulder height. Inhale and exhale to shoulder height. Inhale and exhale. I'm going to bring my hands all the way down to the chair. Now, as elegant as a ballet dancer, I'm going to come into tall mountain in one move. So if you have to hop to do it, or whatever you need to do to get into tall mountain, but it kind of looks like this. The arms come out to the side. I bring that back foot in as my arms are coming up into tall mountain. The hands come together in prayer mode. I bring them through heart center and back down to the chair, because I'm going to do all of this now on the other side. So once more, I take that table pose. Here's my table pose. I'm going to add a movement this time, just so we get that. My wrists are under my shoulders. My ankles are under my hips. My inhale, I'll look forward. On my exhale, I'm going to bend. I'm going to squish my left side and open up my right side, making a backwards letter C. Inhale forward. And then I'm going to make the letter C by squishing the right side and opening up the left. And inhale forward. Okay, exhale. Here we go. Inhale, bring that right leg up. On the exhale, open it up to the side and bend the knee. You stay here for your inhale. And then on the exhale, you can put it down right in front of the chair because we're taking low lunge, remember? So low lunge is on a railroad track. You can bring that left foot back. If you're alone, stay in your comfort zone. If there's someone there with you, go ahead and push it an inch. But stay safe. All right. So inhale and exhale. We only do 2 breaths here. Inhale and exhale. I want to take my easy twist. My right knee is bent and forward. My left hand remains on the chair. My right arm is going to open up high. So that's my inhale. On my exhale, I bring it down to shoulder height, and you must bring it down to shoulder height. Don't leave that right hand up there. Inhale up and exhale shoulder height. One more. Inhale up and exhale shoulder height, and then just bring that hand to the chair. We want to come into warrior 1. I'm going to bring that back foot in a smidge, place it down at a 45-degree angle. Make sure my feet are on railroad tracks, and then bring those arms forward. And I could bring my right hip back a little and my left hip forward. You can either use your hands to do that, or you can just do that. And inhale the arms up. Exhale forward. Inhale up. Exhale forward. I'm trying to slow your breathing down when I do that. Inhale up and exhale forward. Here's where I want to come into triangle. So I'm really going to bring that right hip back so I can straighten that right knee. So I'm really bending, almost opening up to the right side, or my torso is. And so my left hand just naturally reaches kind of down. You can stop on the back of your chair, or you can bring your hand to the seat of the chair. And you inhale that right arm up again. Exhale to shoulder height. Inhale up. And exhale shoulder height. Inhale up. And exhale, that hand comes down and light as a butterfly. I will bring that back leg to join the front leg. The arms come out to the side. I take my tall mountain. My hands come together through heart center. And ta-da. You did it. So, a standing flow. We want to do some balance. Balance is a lot about core, but it's because core and the lower back they're kind of, opposite each other. They play a role in supporting each other. So lots of times if your lower back is hurting, it could be that you have tight hamstrings, and so that's, doing something. Or it could be that the core is so weak that it's unable to hold properly, okay? So we're gonna do a little bit of a hip balance. It's called hip abduction. So I'm gonna be taking my foot out to the side, and I'm gonna try and take my hand off the chair so that my core has to kick in, okay? So here we go. My hand is on the chair. I'm gonna take leading with the heel, I'm going to take that right foot out to the side. My left hand is holding the chair. Now you might have to stay holding the chair. Find a drishta point, something that does not move, so don't look at me. And then the hand that's holding the chair, can you get light on the fingertips? Can you go to a fingernail? Can you fight hard to get 1 millisecond of your fingers off the chair? And then go ahead and grab the chair and bring that foot down, because by now your hip is probably sore. So you can tell, can't you, when your hip is being used, because it's not something we use a lot. All right, well, we walk, but that's so, you know, straightforward. This is a totally different move. All right. I'm putting all my weight in my left leg now. My right hand is hanging onto the chair. Leading with my left heel, I'm going to open up to the side and find something that doesn't move. So don't look at me on the screen. Find something else, like not the dog, in case he gets up. And then get your hands so that you're on the fingertips on the chair. And maybe that's as far as you can go. Maybe you can go to a fingernail. Maybe for just a hair's breadth, you can lift your finger off the chair. And then go ahead and grab that chair and bring that heel back down. I can sure feel that. Have a seat. So, and when everybody's seated, so I just want to do some shoulder rolls right away. I'm just going to roll those shoulders to the back and down and to the back and down and to the back and down. And I'm going to take that right arm and bring it straight across my chest. Since I can't really get it across the chest, I got to bring my left arm up and kind of winch it across the chest until I feel a stretch happening on the right shoulder and the upper right deltoid and in this area, and maybe a little bit of a tricep stretch. So you can put your hand on the shoulder to press if that works for you, or further down, or you can winch it. Okay, so you got your position and hold, and while you're there, you can rotate that wrist a little bit, maybe do a couple of fists and release. Just keep moving a bit and then release that hold. Let's take it to the other side. So straight out first and then try and bring it over to the side. My left arm over towards the right. I'm going to use my right arm to winch it in. Maybe you'd rather do it by holding the shoulder. You do whatever needs to work for you. And then rotate that wrist. Maybe both wrists. Maybe make a fist and release, and a fist and release. Okay, wow, that feels really good. Pushing yourself back into your chair. So as soon as you press that lower back in, you immediately feel like, I can relax. It's a thing. It's a message to your brain that it is time to relax. And you need to take a moment or two to relax so that your brain and your body can begin to process everything it's done in the last 20 minutes. There's a purpose for the relaxation at the end of a routine. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and out. You can breathe through your mouth if you like. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Just consciously let the bottom half of your body relax. Maybe your knees kind of splay to the side. Your feet have a better contact with the floor. And maybe your butt is heavier in the chair. Allow your arms to relax. A good way to do that is to let the fingers curl slightly as they rest on your thighs. Maybe even bringing those shoulder blades just once more a little bit down the spine. That allows your arm to relax. Release that lower jaw from the upper jaw. Soften any wrinkles you might have or tension you might have in your cheeks and around your eyes. And just, I will do the countdown for 20 seconds inside my head, but during that time, just bring your thoughts to your breathing and nothing else. Don't plan your grocery list. Don't plan whatever's going to happen directly after this. Just focus on your breathing starting now. And then you can slowly open your eyes. If you liked the video, please tap like or share or subscribe, and we can get it out to a few more folks. Bringing your hands together, and may your inner light shine for all to see. Namaste.